Actually, I think we live in a world transformed. I mean, you're in the United States, the land of the free, the land of opportunity. Just imagine 2 years ago, or even shorter than that, would you have believed it when, if we ask you to imagine whether a black man would be living in the White House? No one would have imagined that to be possible. But it's happened. And now it's taken for granted. Just as in Malaysia, you would never have imagined me, an ex-con. I'm an ex-con. Me, an ex-con, standing in front of you, addressing you as the Penang Chief Minister. The first time an ex-convict has rose to become the Chief Minister. Anwar is Deputy Prime Minister, then became convict. Now hoping he'll come up and become the Prime Minister at the next elections. So I think, as I said, we live in a world transformed, and Malaysia is part of this transformation. And we want you to be part of this transformation. Penang, it may be a small island. It may be a small island state, the second smallest state in Malaysia. But even though we may not be from Penang, I think Penang offers, together with the other Pakistan states, offers the dreams that are shared by all Malaysians. The dreams of equal opportunity. The dreams of justice for all. The dreams for basic human rights and political freedoms. The dreams for social economic justice, which has been absent for the last 50 years. The dreams that in Malaysia there can be a clean government, that we can hold our heads high, that our government is clean and not corrupt. You know that estimates of corruption vary greatly. The second finance minister admitted that 1 year we probably lost 28 billion ringgit due to corruption. If you look at Morgan Stanley, Daniel Land, quoted in a Time magazine, he said since the 1980s they estimated that Malaysia lost 100 billion due to corruptions. And that is not ringgit, my friend. Morgan Stanley doesn't deal in ringgit, they deal in US dollars. Just imagine 100 billion US dollars lost due to corruption in Malaysia. Basically all oil money. And Petronas earned 600 billion US dollars during that period. You imagine how much was lost. That's why I think we want to show that we can do something different. You know, in Penang, even though we have been in power for only 21 months, our CAT governance has gained international recognition. Transparency International, in its annual report, when it discussed about Malaysia, has never got a good word to say about Malaysia. You know, last year we were on our number 47 with the points, with recording points of 5.1. This year we backslided now to number 56, and our points were reduced from 5.1 to 4.5. I mean, in other words, we failed to make the grade. But despite that report, there was one silver lining. For the first time, any government, whether state or federal, was commended by the Transparency International report. And that government, my friends, is Penang. Raising so at least we have marked a departure, that there is still hope for us to prove that a clean government can make a difference. I mentioned to you just now how much we saved. Instead of a deficit of 35 billion, we recorded a surplus of 89 million. A turnaround of almost 124 million. 26% of the budget. Now, that's huge by any standards. You look at it in percentage terms, 26%. In Barisan Nasional, probably 26% more deficit than surplus lah. But we turn it around. And when we got this money, it's not only giving money, 100 ringgit, to those middle class and the poor. We also wiped out hardcore poverty in Penang. For the last 51 years, Barisan Nasional couldn't do it. Now, how do you define hardcore poverty? Hardcore poverty is defined as families who earn less than 430 ringgit a month. In Penang, there are still families who earn less than 430 ringgit a month when we took power. And when I got the figures, I said we should be ashamed of ourselves. If we consider Penang to be an industrialized state, there are still families who earn less than 430 ringgit. We should be thoroughly ashamed of ourselves. I say we will do what Malaysian National couldn't do in 51 years. We will wipe out hardcore poverty in 1 year. And we did it. Because the money we saved, we made sure that every family in Penang gets at least 500 ringgit a month. And this is one record that we are proud of. At least there's no hardcore poor in Penang. Now, how do we do it? We talk about saving money. It's not just about cutting down expenditure. It's also, as I said, with the support of the EXCO members like Chow, like Manso, and also like Sim. You know, when we came here, we don't take business class as is our right. We take economy. It saves a lot of money. But of course, in the larger scheme of things, probably it wouldn't matter very much. But I think it is that example that we want to show, to let the civil servants know that we want to save money. It is not a very comfortable trip when you go on economy after such a long haul, but I think it is necessary to make that point. And of course, there are also other cost-cutting measures that we have done, which I will not expand. But I think this, as I said, is the change that we promise, that we want to deliver. Wiping out hardcore poverty, giving hope to the young with Wi-Fi in Green State, giving hope to those who are facing difficulties in their daily lives, but at least giving some money. Sometimes that money is not enough, but at least showing that. When I say the opposition, I don't mean us, please. When I say the opposition, I mean Barisan Nasional and UMNO, because they are the opposition in Penang. So the opposition in Penang will say that, how can you give money? If you give money like this, the state will go bankrupt. No, Penang will not go bankrupt because we give money or give handouts to the poor. I believe no state has gone bankrupt because they give handouts to the poor. But even if we do go bankrupt because even if we do go bankrupt because we give money to the poor, I always tell them that I prefer the state to go bankrupt for helping the poor than the state to go bankrupt because of abuse of power and corruption. And there are a lot of corruption in the past. One land scandal cost us 40 million in terms of damages paid to the cost. There's a lot of things that we have to clean up. But let us discuss that another time. Going back to the second question, what do you want us to do if you can make a wish? No, I think that for Penang to develop, we must understand and identify the strength and the reasons behind its economic success. Developed in a second smaller state, despite not having any natural resources, I would say scarce natural resources, we rely on our human talent. And it's time that we go back to basics, that we must nurture, foster, and grow the best and brightest minds in Malaysia. To be an international city, I believe that Penang has the best and brightest minds. We will have the best doctors, the best engineers, the best architects, the best accountants, provided we have the right policies. And we want to show with these right policies, we can also have the best Malay students in Penang, the best Indian students in Penang, the best Chinese students in Penang. That's why when we came in, we implemented that appreciation certificate and of course some cash award to those top students in their SPM and also of course their HSC, their STPM, as a form of encouragement. It was not done before. Now, that dream or that wish that I can ask you to help us is that realizing that we have to upgrade and to ensure our education system is the best. Even though this is under the federal government, but their policies are completely politicized. They have forgotten that an education system is to teach the students and not to brainwash them. They have forgotten that excellence is more important than propaganda.